disgruntledduck.com.
So I thought something that would be cool is giving you guys a weekly update. Something that's quick, that uses some photos, no real filming, and something that's easy to edit down, because producing videos is so tediously boring. Oh, I didn't even realise. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm trying to do a weekly update and just let you know what I've done through the week and how I'm getting on. So this first this first update is going to be actually a fortnightly version of it. So basically, that's a long pause. So basically, I'm not the greatest model maker in the world, and what I'm doing now is getting back into the hobby, and I really want to improve. So for the last year or so, I've been concentrating on the armoured vehicles, the tanks, mostly that kind of thing. But I'm finding I'm getting a bit stagnant in regards to that. So what I want to do is change things up a bit. And what I'm going to do for the first part of the year is a feature that I like to call "The Car is the Star." I'm going to be using that hashtag as well, so you can find it on social media. So what I'm going to do for the first part of the year, I'm only going to be building model cars. So let's jump straight into what we're going to be doing. These are the kits I've picked up that I'm going to be working on. Picked up the Land Rover, Italeri. I'm never going to get it right. So that's the first one we're going to be working on. It's a really cool little thing, the old Land Rover. That's Microsoft beeping to tell me my computer that's a bloody die. Anyway, so that's the first one we're working on. Next, Volkswagen Beetles are probably, well, no, they are my favourite car ever. I think they're just awesome. So I've got this one. It's a 1/35th scale, which is you don't find a lot of cars in 1/35th scale unless they're military. So this should be a little bit of fun. Next on the pile, I picked up this Mustang. I had a little phase of buying stuff on eBay. I found this bid sniping tool and picked up some really cool stuff really cheap. So I think I paid about £6 for this Mustang. It's a monogram model. Yeah, this will be interesting. I've not really built cars ever, so it's going to be really cool to see what I can do with this. Next on the pile, a Tamiya model. They are pretty much my go-to model company with anything. This is what's gonna test really my skill level. Any mistakes you make on a military model, you can easily cover up with a bit of weathering. This, you're going to need a really nice, clean, crisp gloss finish, no mistakes. So, I mean, that's why I'm really going back to this sort of format, or this sort of style of model. Because I think if I could make a perfect model to begin with, then when I take that into more of the military side of things, the military models, if you've got that perfect model to start with, when you start your weathering, when you start going further, it's going to be a lot easier to get a really, really nice finished product. So, right, there we go. Next, it is my comfort zone. Military modelling is always going to be my comfort zone. So I've picked up the Special Air Services British Jeep, and I've picked up the Cobble Wagon. Both interesting builds. I built the British Jeep, going back probably 25 years ago when I was a child. And if I recall, you're going to need a little bit of scratch building to get it looking good. So that should be good. The Cobble Wagon as well. I've bought for all of these projects. I've bought a photo etch on the side as well. So that's another little skill I need to work on, because some of those bits are flipping tiny. Next one, I've bought the two swim wagons. Tamiya do two of these in 1/35th scale, so I've picked them both up. We'll do some fun things with that. I think we might do a side-by-side build to see what the difference is. I might stick out a video to review them and compare. So yeah, I'm looking forward to these two. Next, again we've got it's another 1/35th scale Beetle. This is the Africa Core version. That's going to be a lot of fun. That should look really good. So yeah, that's something. So I made a start on the Roadster. I started trying to paint gloss. I've never sprayed gloss paint before. I've sprayed matte for about a year now. I've got my airbrush and I've been spraying matte, and I got the orange peel effect. Now, never had that when I did the matte painting. So I've gone and looked on some forums. I've looked online, see how I can fix it up. Just some rookie errors. So basically, what I've done now, you can see some more pictures right there. What I've done now is what you don't want to do. Do not spray paint thinner on top of that to try and smooth it out, because this is what happens. It does not go good. So basically, I've sanded this back, sanded it completely back, taken all that paint off, sanded back as much as I can, gone back past the primer. I've lost the wing mirrors, and I've managed to break one of the window struts as well. But we repaired that with a bit of liquid plastic. We've primed it again. We're going to start again. So on to the first one. We've started on the beetle, the Africa Core beetle. Really cute little build. Nice, just nice. Not much flash on the model. Just really nice. That's going so far. That's really going well. The Land Rover as well. This was really fun to build, just because I suppose maybe the history, and maybe it's one of those iconic cars you've seen so much of. But yeah, this was a nice afternoon build. I really had fun doing this. So we've given the beetle a coat of primer. I've taped off the inside, and now it's all glossed up because I've sprayed it with a couple of layers of hairspray, because I like using the hairspray technique for chipping. So the next photo you're going to see, well, okay, there we go. Next thing I've done this week, I've taken all the parts off it's a Mazda, basically Mazda 5. Taken all the parts off, and I want to prime them up, and I need to paint them before assembly, which is not something I do. So again, it's a different skill, different skill set. I don't know how they're going to stick together, because I'm used to using the liquid cement. So maybe for this one, it's going to be some super glue to finish this off. But anyway, I've taken the parts off, cleaned them up. They're ready for priming. They're ready for painting. Next, there's the chipping. I love this photo. I think that looks absolutely amazing. So yeah, we've done the chipping. Once the hairspray was on, we sprayed it with, I think it was XF88, the second desert yellow that Tamiya do. Let that dry. Got to work with some water, a paintbrush and a toothbrush, and just went back to the primer. So that's been good. I've gone with the classic green for the Land Rover. Pretty simple again. Spraying in matte, I have no problems at all. In the meantime, I've ordered some more gloss paints, and I'm going back to drawing board on the 124th Mazda. So I've made a start on a cobble wagon. The photo etch is insane on this. A lot of work needs to be done. A lot of pieces need to be scraped off and replaced. So yeah, this is really fun. It's a new skill set I'm learning. There you go. There's one of the little individual pieces I've painted. That's one of the brake discs. I'm not a car guy, so yeah, that's a learning process as well. What part of the car is what part of the car. And yeah, that's it. That's where I've got to this week. The Volkswagen is finished. I'm not going to put the pictures up on here, but you can find it on my blog of the finished projects of the Africa Volkswagen. And until next week, thanks for joining me, and have a great week modelling.
Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, give the video a thumbs up, and leave a comment.